My child, listen to me. Come closer and give me your attention for just a little while. It's not by accident that I'm talking to you now, and it's not just because you were killing time. I asked you to come here. I stopped you now. These words are here for you, because heaven wants to talk to you right now. My child, you've been wondering if I knew what you were going through, how hard it was, and how strong you had to be just to keep going. Please hear me now. I saw everything. To be clear, I love and trust you. You passed the test. You did well on the test, my child. The one you took without even realizing it. The one where no one cheered for you. No one told you to do it. And no one really knew how much it cost you. The test of how patient you are when nothing moves. The test of faith when there were no answers. That test of obedience when it would have been easier to give up, turn away, or make your heart hard. You wouldn't give up. You didn't give up, even when you were worn out. Even when you didn't understand. Even when you cried alone and wondered if it was all worth it. You didn't give up on me. I remember that, too. My child, I know there were times when you felt like no one saw you. There were times when you wondered if your prayers were going up, and then back down again. You asked God, Lord, how much longer? And didn't get a reply. But don't think that my silence means I'm not there. You didn't see how close I was. I watched how you reacted when nothing changed. I was shaping your heart, making your spirit stronger, and getting you ready for what's next. Now I'm going to be honest with you. You did well. I need you to do something now because you passed. Let me talk to your heart first before I tell you what to do. I know you're worn out. I know that the weight you carried was never meant for other people to see. I know that you think about conversations, decisions, and fears over and over again while you sleep. I know how many times you smiled even though your heart was heavy. Sometimes you felt alone even when there were a lot of people around. Don't think for a second that I didn't notice those times. I kept track of every tear. I could hear every quiet prayer. I could feel every pain in your heart. I loved you through it all. My child, the test wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to get you ready. I needed to know that you would stay soft even when things around you tried to make you tough. I needed to know that you would trust me even when I didn't know what to do. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. I had to be sure that you wouldn't look for easy ways out that would hurt what I'm building in you. What's coming next needs a heart like yours, one that has been cleaned up, humbled, and made stronger. That's why we had to wait so long. That's why the process was so hard. That's why the breakthrough is going to be important. Now pay close attention. Don't think about other things. Don't just ignore this. This is the order, and it needs to be done right away. It's simple, but not easy what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead without being afraid. Please stop questioning things I have already told you are true. Tell yourself to take the next step I've been putting in your heart, even if it seems small or uncertain. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait for everyone to get it. Do not wait until you are completely ready. My child, move now. Everything else can only weaken what I'm releasing. Fear will behave like it is smart. Hesitation will try to make you think it's safer to wait longer. But listen to me. As long as you obey, this moment will stay open. You don't have to rush without thinking. Please put all of your trust in me. What I want you to do will bring things together that you can't see yet. Doors will open when you move. Things will be taken care of when you act. Trusting will bring you peace like never before. What if I fail? What if I make a mistake? May be on your mind. You won't be going by yourself, my child. I'll go first. I walk with you. When you need it, I gently correct you, and I keep you safe from things that could hurt you. You're not going into the unknown by yourself. You are taking over what I have already set up. They showed that you are ready not because you are perfect, but because you want to be. Give up the things that belong in the past. Certain thoughts, habits, and fears that made you feel at ease in the past now slow you down. I'm not taking them away to hurt you. I'm taking them off to free you. You can't bring old problems into a new season. Trust me enough to let go of it. It will be changed to peace, clarity, and strength. The complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now stay right here with me, because as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Amen. Below. I have no doubts about your faith if you're standing firm on God's promises. Listen carefully, my child. You're not behind. We haven't forgotten about you. You're not behind schedule. You got to this point by going through everything that you did. I'm happy for you. Feeling not let down, not angry or upset, feeling proud. You stayed true even when things got tough. It would have been easier for you to become mean, but you stayed nice. You didn't give up hope even when things didn't make sense. You have no idea how much that means to me. Now is the time to put your fears aside and trust my voice. Now is the time to leave the ease of waiting behind and obey with courage. Now is the time to trust that I am who I say I am in your life. I'm not just the God who makes you feel better when you're sad. I am the God who gives you a reason to live. I am the God who brings back what was lost. I am the God who can't be shut. Don't feel bad about what you did. Don't compare what you see to other things. Watch out for me. Stay close to me. Talk to me. Hold on to me. Let me show you how to do it. You don't need to know everything. You only need to believe the person who does. Heaven is talking to you right now, my child. This isn't just a message. Yes, this is proof this is the way. This is truth wrapped in love. You did well on the test. Now have faith and move forward. Do what your heart tells you to do. Trust yourself, be brave and do it. Know that I am with you and will not let you down. I love you. I'm happy for you. Because you chose to listen, what comes next will change your life. My child, please get closer and listen with all your heart. What I'm about to say is something that not many people understand and not everyone goes through. You were put through a test, but it wasn't written down and no one told you when it would start. There were no clear steps, no due dates, and no reward that could be seen at the end. That's why it wasn't seen. That's why other people didn't notice. But I kept an eye on everything. My goal wasn't to test your speed or strength, but to see how your heart was beating while you waited and obeyed, while you went through it and believed me without seeing proof. The first test was how patient you were. You were told to wait until you were ready to go. You were told to stay still even though you wanted answers, change, relief, or an end to life. The door wouldn't open after days, weeks, and even longer than you thought it would. I saw how impatient you were and how you wondered if having to wait meant that no one was paying attention to you. You stayed, though. You didn't get ahead of me. You didn't push something that wasn't ready. You learned to breathe and wait again, even when your heart was racing. That was not a sign of weakness, my child. It was quiet strength building up inside you. You passed another part of the test every time you chose not to freak out, rush, or give up. Then there was the obedience test. You had to do things that didn't always make sense to you. It was staying when you were ready to leave. At times, it was leaving when it felt safer to stay. It was sometimes keeping quiet when you needed to say something. Sometimes it meant being honest when it would have been easier to cut corners. Those choices were not praised by anyone. No one saw how hard it was for you to obey me when it meant giving up comfort, approval, or certainty. I saw everything, though. I saw you pick the path I took, even when it seemed lonely. It's never loud to obey. It's usually quiet, expensive, and out of sight. You did what it said, even though you didn't know where it would lead you. At this point, the weight felt heavy and long. The test did not last long. It pushed you to your limits, drained you, and sometimes made you wonder how much more you could handle. You put up with misunderstandings. You had to wait. You went through emotional pain that wasn't clear. There were times when you wanted to give up and said, "I can't do this longer." Still, you got back up. No, not because you were strong on your own, but because I held you when you were weak. To be endurance, you can't never get tired. The idea is to keep going even when you're tired. And you kept going. The deepest test of all was the test of faith. Faith even though there was no sign. Faith when prayers didn't seem to be heard. Faith when things didn't seem to be changing. Faith when it seemed like the silence was louder than my voice. You almost gave up and thought that nothing was happening, that your trust was misplaced, and that your hope was silly. Still, you didn't fully turn away when you asked the questions. You still talked to me. You still reached out to touch me. You still had hope, even though it seemed weak. Having faith doesn't mean you never have doubts. It means you pick me even when you have doubts. My child, you did that over and over again. Please help our channel. Our job is to make you happy and devoted to God. And if you want to show your support, you can give us money through Great Thanks. I know how hard it is for you to be quiet. I know about the pain you didn't talk about because you didn't want to bother other people or be misunderstood. I know about the tears you wiped away quickly. I know about the prayers you said in your head, not sure if anyone was hearing. I know how you kept going even though you were sad inside. In ways that no one saw, you were obedient. When anger tried to take hold, you stayed nice. When it would have been right to get angry, you stayed calm. You stayed faithful, even though it would have been easier to leave. That obedience that you couldn't see meant more than you know. There were times when you felt like you were missed. At times, you felt like all your hard work was for nothing. There were times when you wondered if I was even paying attention. Listen up, my child. There was no waste of time. Not a single tear was missed. Every act of obedience was seen. I was there for every quiet choice, every stand alone, and every choice to trust me instead of your fear. I was shaping you, making you stronger, and getting you ready for something that needs maturity, humility, and depth. You might not have known why the test took so long, why you weren't given answers right away, or why relief didn't come sooner. But tests aren't supposed to be right. What is real, what is rooted, and what will last is shown by them. I didn't put you to the test to see if you could fail. I let the test happen so you could see what I had put inside you. You're stronger than you thought. You have more faith than you thought. You have a stronger heart than you thought. Allow yourself to fully understand these words without any doubt, hesitation, or fear. You did well. You were patient enough to pass the test. You passed the test of being proper. You were able to last the test. You showed faith and passed. Not exactly right, but true to it. Not without trouble, but without giving up. That's what I care about. That's why things are changing now. This is the reason why there is more clarity where there was chaos before. This is why heavy feelings are giving way to peace. The change to a new season is not a mistake. You're taking the chance because you were ready. You were made better. You were put to the test, and you passed. My child, take comfort in this truth. You're not behind. You are not out of the running. You're not a gun. You're okay with it. You are seen. You're loved. You passed. Come, my child, and let your heart rest for a while. I can see the tears you tried to hide, the ones that happened at night when no one was home, the ones you quickly erased during the day so people wouldn't ask questions. You were too tired to talk. I saw all of them. Every tear told a story, a wish, a question, or a prayer that you didn't know how to say. You were afraid that the tears would make you weak. To cry meant you didn't have faith. Now I'm going to tell you the truth in a kind and honest way. Your tears have never hurt me. They've never let me down. They never turned me away. Every single one of those times I was close to you. Sometimes being alone made you feel so far away from people you knew that even they seemed new. There are people all around you, but you might still feel alone, unseen, and unheard. It felt like there was no way to connect with others or find comfort. You asked yourself why it felt this way. My child, being alone doesn't mean you were left behind. It means that your soul was looking for a deeper sense of security than a person can provide. I sat with you in the quiet and held your heart when you didn't know how to do it yourself, even when no one else felt the pain inside you. I remember how confusing things were for you, questions with no clear answers, and events that didn't make sense no matter how many times you thought about them. You tried to figure out what went wrong, what you missed, and what you needed to learn. There were times when the confusion was worse than the pain. You needed to know what to do and have something solid to hold on to. You felt lost when it didn't come quickly. Don't feel bad about being confused. My child, it's a spot where trust grows. You were right to ask the question. You weren't broken because you weren't sure. You learned to depend on me in ways you hadn't done before because you were a person. I know one of the hardest parts was having to wait. You had to wait when you were ready, when you were hurt, and when you felt like your life was stuck, while everything else moved forward. Days were added up. You stood there and watched time go by. You were not sure if the waiting was the answer, or if something went wrong. You asked me why I was quiet, why I wasn't moving faster, and why I didn't feel less stressed right away. As for my child, I never stopped caring while we were waiting. It meant I was working in ways you couldn't see yet. I kept things together while you learned how to breathe through doubt. Don't feel bad about how much this season caused you to hurt. Stay strong and don't tell yourself that you should have dealt with the pain better or dull it down. There is no need for permission for pain to exist. It doesn't have to make sense to be real. What hurt you deeply, and I never told you to act like it wasn't true. I never told you to be honest if it meant being strong. I never told you to hide how you felt to show your faith. It was okay for you to be honest, cry, ask questions, and be tired. You were always right to feel the way you did. During times when you prayed and didn't hear anything back, you thought I was silent. You thought I was far away. That silence made you wonder if I had stepped back or that you had done something wrong. Listen up, my child. My silence never meant I wasn't there. I was there even when you couldn't feel me. I was always there, even when I wasn't talking. I was closer than your breath and your thoughts, and I kept you steady when everything else felt unstable. I saw you get up on days when it seemed impossible to do so. I saw how kind you were when your heart was heavy. I saw you keep going even when you didn't feel like it. Those times were important. They weren't little. They were brave things that were thought up alone. It wasn't weak of you to be having trouble. You were strong to keep going. I was with you every step of the way, even when you didn't know I was there. In the silence, you might have thought you were by yourself, but I was hearing you, hearing what you couldn't put into words, hearing prayers that you didn't know how to say, being aware of the pain that lies beneath your questions. I got what other people didn't. I knew what your heart needed, even though you didn't know how to tell me. My presence doesn't depend on you being aware of it. I won't leave when you're not sure. I don't pull away when you're confused. I stay. Let this truth sink deep into you, my child. You were never left alone. You were never forgotten. You never made me feel bad. I didn't get tired of hearing you. I didn't turn away from your pain. I stayed through the crying, being alone, being confused, and waiting. I stayed with you when you were strong and when you were sad. I stayed when you believed it and when it was hard for you to believe. I am here right now as you listen. I'm not in a hurry. I am not let down by you. I am not telling you to get better faster. Here I am, letting you rest and let go of the fear that you were ever alone. You no longer have to carry the weight of that season. You don't have to beat yourself up over it over and over. Bring it to me. I already know it. I already get it. And I treat your heart with care, no matter what, my child. I am with you in the silence as well as the answer. There are times when I wait with you and times when you make progress. I'm with you through the happy times and the sad times. Your pain didn't make me want to stay away. It made me feel closer. I will always be with you. Bring your heart closer to mine for a moment, my child. I know how much you cried even though you couldn't say a word. When you tried to act like everything was okay during the day, your tears made it hard to see. I know the tears that soaked into your pillow at night. You weren't weak, so you didn't cry. You cried because you really cared, because you hoped, because you cared more than anyone else knew. I saw every tear you shed, even the ones you tried to hide. I didn't turn away from them. I didn't tell you to stop. I stayed with you, and I treasured every tear as a way for your heart to talk to me. There were times when you felt so alone that you wondered if anyone really heard you. If you weren't there, no one would notice that you were there. You felt like you weren't there at all. Even when people were close, you felt like you were in a glass wall watching life go by without you. You were never not loved, my child. Just because you were alone, it means that your heart was longing for a connection that goes beyond words. During the times you felt like you weren't being seen, I was leaning toward you and listening to every pain you couldn't say. I know how confusing it was for you and how many questions you had that you couldn't answer. You tried to figure out why things went the way they did, like why doors shut without a reason and why prayers seemed to bounce back in silence. You looked deep inside yourself to see if you missed something or did something wrong. My child, you shouldn't feel bad about being confused. To walk by faith and trust me when you can't see is a part of it. You were not broken because you were lost. You were learning to trust me in ways I couldn't explain. The waiting was hard on you. You were waiting for things to change, for clarity, for relief, and for a sign that something was going on behind the scenes. There were times when it seemed like time stopped while other things went on around you. For a long time, you asked me why the answers didn't come quickly and why your heart felt tired and stretched. My child, having to wait was never a punishment. It was never turned down. In that place I held you, kept you safe, and worked quietly on things you couldn't see yet. Don't feel bad about how much this season broke your heart. You shouldn't tell yourself that you should have been stronger, calmer, or steady. Pain is real even if you don't agree with it. Your pain is important even if you can't compare it to anyone else's. What hurt you deeply, and I never forget that. There was no way I thought you'd act. I never told you that you had to smile while you were hurting. I liked how honest you were, even when it meant crying and stepping on my faith. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Amen. As you feel heaven open over you, I'm moving into my season of favor. There were times when you talked to me and I didn't respond. Days when my voice seemed far away and I didn't feel like I was there. You were not sure if I was quiet because I was annoyed or because you had gone off track too much. My child, my silence wasn't a way to get away. It was a kind of closeness you didn't know yet. Even though you couldn't feel me, I was with you in the quiet. I was steady and still. In times of sadness, I don't leave. I don't go away when doubts come up. I'm staying. That day, even though your heart was heavy, I saw you get through it. I saw you be kind when you didn't feel like it. I saw you keep your word, do what you needed to do, and care for others while you were feeling empty inside. Those times were very important to me. They were acts of love that were made during hard times. It wasn't weak of you to be tired. You were strong to keep going. I followed you every step of the way. You said prayers that you couldn't finish, and the words felt stuck in your chest. When words failed, the sighs, pauses, and silence told me what they meant. For me to hear you, you never had to use the right words. Before you spoke, I could hear your heartbeat. When you were mad, sad, confused, or too tired to talk about anything, I heard you. What I knew about you never changed. My child, you didn't realize how close I was when you felt calm all of a sudden for no reason. There was a moment of quiet peace in the middle of your storm. That was me telling you that you were not alone. It didn't matter if your emotions couldn't feel me. I was holding you steady when you felt like you were going to fall apart. You might wonder how you made it through that season when you think back on it. When you remember it, you might not see strength, but only weariness. But I don't agree with that. I see why people become brave in private. I see trust that isn't based on ease. I see love that didn't go away when things got tough. I see a heart that kept reaching out to me, even when it wasn't sure what to do. You have no idea how important that is. Don't hold on to the idea that my pain drove me away. It didn't. It made me feel closer. I don't run away from broken hearts. I get closer to them. You don't have to get better on your own before you come to me. I come to you right where you are. I was there for you when you cried. I stayed with you when I was by myself. I stayed with you when things got crazy. During the wait, I stayed with you. For 1 second, I did not leave you. I am with you right now as you read these words. You are not being rushed. Don't worry about how far you've come. I'm not upset about how long it took you to get better. I treat your heart with care. I want you to take a break, breathe, and let go of the fear that you were ever by yourself. You no longer have to carry that weight. I am with you, my child, in the silence just as much as I am with you when you answer. As sure as I am with you when you break through, I am with you when you wait. I'm with you through the happy times and the sad times. There was nothing about your struggle that made you unfit to be here with me. I didn't move away from your pain because of it. I stayed then, I'm here now. I will always be with you. Pay close attention, my child. What I'm about to say will help you understand something that used to feel unfair, heavy, and confusing. Being put through that test wasn't a mistake, and it wasn't meant to hurt you. It had to be done, not because I didn't trust you, but because of what I'm about to give you. A bigger heart is needed for more responsibility. To get a bigger blessing, you need stronger roots. What is coming into your life couldn't come out until I made you ready to handle it without being crushed by it. I was asked why the road was narrow, the weight felt heavy, and the process took longer than you thought it would. Everything I give you, my child, has an effect or a consequence. A blessing is more than just a present to enjoy. They are duties to take care of. It was important for me to know that you will be humble when doors open for you. That when good things happen to you, you won't forget who helped you while you were waiting. When other people look to you, I need to know that you will lead with love, not pride, and with wisdom, not haste. Getting ready doesn't look like having a party. It looks like they can last. It looks like following orders when no one is around. As the reward takes longer to come, it looks like patience. I was making you stronger for times when other people will depend on your choices, when your words will matter, and when your actions will have effects that go beyond your own life. They would have been too much for you to handle if I had given them to you before you were ready. What I put off wasn't kept from you out of cruelty, but out of love. Blessed things can kill people if they get there too early. There are doors that break hearts when a person is not fully grown yet. I have seen how sudden elevation without preparation can make people cocky, tired, and fall down. I'm not going to let that be your story. I kept you from taking short cuts that would have cost you my relationship, your peace, and your honesty. I shut the doors on you not to punish you, but to keep you safe until you were ready to go through the right ones. My child, your pride grows quietly when you achieve something without much trouble. It makes the heart believe that it doesn't need help, correction, or dependence anymore. I love you too much for you to become proud. This is why I kept you in the real world. So, I let you have times when you felt small, ignored, and dependent. Those times taught your heart to trust me more than your own understanding, to listen, to pray, and to seek me first. It's not loss that makes you humble. It's learning where your real strength comes from. The test also kept you safe from harm you couldn't see. You were drawn to some paths that would have hurt you. There were chances that seemed good at first glance, but had consequences deep down. Some people and places would have slowly taken away your peace, your identity, and your sense of purpose. Even though you didn't get it, I stood in the way of those things. You thought I was holding you up, but I was actually protecting you. It's never easy to refine, but it's always done on purpose. I wasn't punishing you for what you did wrong. I was making you fit a purpose. It is the goal of punishment to hurt. Its goal is to get rid of things that will hurt you in the future. I was slowly showing you attitudes, attachments, and habits that you couldn't bring with you into the next season. It wasn't because you were bad, but because you were changing. Not because gold is worthless, but because it is valuable. Fire shows what doesn't belong. In the same way, the pressure you felt showed you what had to go. Fear of being turned down, needing to control what happens, and doubting yourself all the time. These things didn't make you who you were, but they stuck to you. The test made them let go, letting you walk forward stronger, lighter, and freer. For me to be able to lead you, my child, your heart had to be both soft and strong. I wanted you to learn how to wait without giving up, how to obey without getting something right away, and how to trust without always being reassured. These aren't little lessons. They are the building blocks of a life that can keep being blessed without getting lost. The test taught you to put my voice above all other sounds, my time above all else, and my will above all else. During that time, you may have felt like things were being taken away from you one by one. In fact, I was getting rid of things that would have been in competition with what I'm about to give you. I was making room. I made your heart easier to understand. The lesson I was giving you was that you only need me to be whole. What's left is stronger than what was taken away. It's true that you asked me questions and thought I was being too hard on you at times. Please listen to me now with love and peace. In that season, I never beat you up. I taught you. I looked out for you. I got you ready. Everything you went through was measured. There was no waste. You were never meant to be broken. It was meant to make you stronger in ways that comfort could never do. You can now handle things that used to be too much for you. You're ready to receive without getting cocky. You're ready to be a leader without being mean. You are ready to be blessed, but don't forget to be humble. That's why the test was important. That's why it took so long. So, that's why it's over now. You have grown deeper, smarter, and more humble in secret. You will need all of these things for what comes next, my child. Know this before you walk forward. I make you better because I believe in you. Because I love you, I got you ready. I looked out for you because I care more about your future than your comfort. Listen to me quickly, child, because this moment is more important than you think. You shouldn't put off hearing what I have to say until later, someday, or when you are more sure of yourself or better ready. That's all for now. As soon as possible, do this. Do not put it off in your heart. Do not put it off in your mind. I want you to move, but not out of fear or confusion. I want you to move out of trust. The time of hesitancy is over. It's now time to respond. Type "min." Feel free to share this video and trust every promise that was written for you. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.